I know it might feel like your life is falling apart, but what if it's actually falling together? Hi, I'm Lindsay. Last week I talked about being in a becoming season as I did my obligatory introductory YouTube video, but I didn't really go into the ways in which we know we're in a becoming era. So today I want to talk about the 5 ways that you can know if you're also in this season of this ain't it. I don't know what is it, but it ain't this. And I wanted to come on here and share basically what I talk about on my podcast, Choose to Become. So if you're in a becoming season, if you're in this place where your life doesn't really feel like it fits, but you're like, what fits better? Then you're in the right place. Think about it like a GPS, like it's rerouting. So you don't have the directions to the next place, but you've already checked out of the last place. So you're in this recalculating phase, which can be a little bit maddening. Sign number 1, you feel like nothing fits anymore. The job, the routines, even some of the relationships that you've been in, they just feel like they don't fit anymore. It's like a sweater that shrank in the wash and you're like, bro, this does not fit. I am shrunk in this. That's what I like to compare it to. And please don't feel like you're being dramatic. Please don't feel like you're being flaky. And yes, please know that this can be very disruptive. And sometimes we ignore those feelings of oh, well, I've worked so hard at this job, or I've invested so much time in this relationship that it feels wrong to end it. But it also feels kind of like a jail sentence when you look at the trajectory of it and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to do this for the rest of my life. If you feel that way about the relationship, the job, whatever it is, it's time to rethink that. And yes, it's going to be disruptive. I moved my kids across the country a few years ago. I left a very lucrative job at a community college in California to move to New York and follow my dreams. I get it. It's disruptive, but I can tell you firsthand, it's the best choice I ever made. Sign number 2, you are more emotional than usual. And if you're like me, I'm a Scorpio, water sign, hey, we're already emotional. We're already there. So if there's an uptick in emotion, that's usually a sign there's something there to be unearthed, probably the old stuff that you've been stuffing about the job, about the relationship, about past childhood trauma, all of the things that you haven't looked at yet. Those are begging to be looked at. And so you may be watching a show or going on your friend's stories and saying oh my God, he proposed, and you're sobbing and you're like, why am I sobbing? What is going on? It's because there's something there to be looked at, which means you're going to have to create time and space to sit with those. And maybe that's in therapy. Maybe that's in coaching. As someone who's worked through a lot of trauma and done therapy and done coaching and different things like that, there's nothing better than sitting by yourself, getting really freaking quiet, sitting with your breath and thinking about, journaling about, really looking at, what is this? What was the first time that I felt this way? What is going on? Because you can't heal it if you don't let yourself feel it. Sign number 3, you feel alone even when you're around people because baby, those are probably not your people anymore. You maybe have outgrown them, or maybe that's the calling to get into the cocoon and to get really quiet and go inward. I know there's this toxic side of isolating. If you need support, don't isolate. But if you're feeling called to spend more time alone, that could be a very powerful tool. Alone time is sacred, and for many years, I did not want to be alone. I had to always be around people, and now you can't get me from being alone because I really cherish that time, and it took me many years to get to this place. But it's because I learned in those quieter becoming seasons where I had to kind of sit down, be quiet, and figure out what was going on so that I could see what was next. Those quiet moments and those times where I said no to the social invite, that was where the true magic happened. And that's where I really got to know myself as who I am now and who I want to become. Sign number 4, you're questioning literally everything. The job, the relationships, your purpose, whether bangs were a good idea, right? All of the things that you were doing in your life, you're like, does this still fit me anymore? And maybe that can be a little bit scary because you're it's an existential identity crisis. Holy shit, I don't even know what I'm into. I don't even know what I like anymore. There is so much power in questioning things because in those questions, you're going to get answers and you're like, duh, Captain Obvious, duh. But how often are you sitting and asking yourself, not looking for that external validation, right? We're so trained with social media to look outside of ourselves for the answers when really it's no, we need to question the programming, what our parents taught us, what does, all of the things we've walked through. How are we going to get over that? How are we going to grow from that? How are we going to become the person that we want to become? That starts with questioning what you're doing, how you're showing up. For me, many years, it was drinking. I quit drinking almost 3 years ago. And for many years, I kind of tap danced around that because I didn't want to lose it. But like, the more I grow and go on my personal development journey, I realize like accountability and honesty is everything. And you're not going to get to that place of self-trust if you're not questioning yourself and how you're showing up. Sign number 5 that you are in a becoming era and not actually crazy. You want more. Even if you can't name what it is, you know that you want more. You know, just like we talked about, the sweater doesn't fit. You're like, girl, I don't know what color sweater I'd want or what size really that I need. I know that this sweater is too small. It does not fit me. It's itchy. It's tight. It don't work. Like, that is it right there. And so it's a deep knowing. It's this deep knowing. When I worked at the college, I was there for 14 years, y'all, it was a great experience. I was able to grow up in an admissions department at a college. It was a great place to do that. But like, I just feel like, gosh, somebody's drove by. It's like this ache in your soul. When I worked at the college, I worked there for many years and it was a great job. And I grew up hearing, just grow up and get a good job. And so I did that. And I thought that was the win. But like 7 years then, I was like, this is not it. And it was like, I described it like, I felt like I was crawling out of my skin. That's how uncomfortable that it was to be just sitting at that desk doing this job. And yes, I was helping people, but it wasn't in the capacity that I wanted to. But at that time, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I had no idea I was going to become a yoga teacher or a coach. Like, I just thought this was good enough. And sometimes we get caught up in the good enough, but baby, your soul, your spirit is going to tell you, this is not it. I don't know what is it, but this isn't it. And it will get so uncomfortable that either you will choose to learn how to like get used to that, which I saw a lot of people do, and they settle. And that's what leads to like drinking every night. That's what leads to like smoking pot every night. That's what leads to like self-soothing in these unhealthy ways because you think this is my only option. But I'm here to tell you, as someone who got it out the mud, as a single mother who was on drugs, then got off drugs, then had kids, then had a great job that I thought I was supposed to have, then moved across the country with her kids, created a whole new life. If anybody can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. It's possible, but you have to want it. And don't worry if you're like, I don't have this clear plan and like fucking Canva created like schedule of like how I'm gonna get. No. Just follow that curiosity and follow that knowing that like, this isn't it. And I want something better for myself. And that is your first major act of self-love, is acknowledging that. So know that becoming is not like graceful. It's messy. It's hard. It's like, and it's like ongoing. I'm 41 years old and I have been so many different people in my life. And 10 years ago, I probably would have felt shame around that. But like, there's so much power in being in your life, feeling that ache, that this isn't it. And instead of settling, continuing to settle and looking around you and seeing other people settle and looking at other people that are showing up and thinking, I can't do that, I'm different, whatever. The power for you is going to be saying, I'm going to try anyway. Even if I don't know, even if I'm not ready, I'm going to try and show up to my life. I hope this landed. I hope if nothing else, you walk away from this video knowing like, A, you're not alone. Everybody's in this becoming season. Everybody's like in this place. Like, look around you. Think about the conversations that you're having lately. Look at all the things that you're seeing on social media. Look at the news headlines. Like, the world is in a very strange place, right? And so even that can be a deterrent. Like, oh, who am I to want to create a better life? Girl, why not? Live while you're here. As someone who watched her 41-year-old brother, he was 41 last year when he passed, I watched him die. It was really, really hard. But what I got from that was, I need to live. And that's what I want to leave. This final word for you is, this is your one precious life in this body, right? Like, I get it. Maybe the souls go on, all the things, right? But right now in this life, in this body, in this moment, This is your one life. And I don't want you to get to the end of your life and look back and be like, damn, I knew I wanted something bigger and better for my life, but I was too scared. I was scared to show up. I was scared to step out of who I thought somebody wanted me to be. Who cares? They're not going to be there when you're sitting in regret. So be brave and don't be afraid to have the audacity to change your life, because you deserve it. Please like this video if it resonated, share it with a friend, leave me a comment, let me know what hit, what landed for you. And as always, I'll be back soon, and I love you so much.